How to learn Daygame. Are you tired of striking out in Daygame, feeling like you're stuck in a cycle of failure? Are you sick of wasting time and money on other Daygame coaches, Daygame courses, and boot camps that promise you results but leave you empty-handed? Here's a shocking truth. 90% of the guys doing Daygame are wrong. And it's costing them more than just cash. I'm John Elite, the world's best Daygame coach, with 659 laid-in-po testimonials. And I've seen countless men spiral into a cycle of failure, their self-esteem crushed with every rejection. But what if I told you there was a way to break free from this trap? In this video, I'm going to expose the hidden pitfalls that are sabotaging your success and reveal the real path to Daygame mastery. It is time to face the truth. The path to Daygame mastery isn't what you think. So let me, John Elite, guide you through this pitfall and show you the real way to succeed. Here's the problem. In the world of Daygame, many try to go at it alone, thinking that they can crack the code with sheer numbers of spam approaching. But let's be honest, this approach rarely works, especially if your SMV or sexual market value is very low. You might snag a few dates with women who are 4 out of 10 in looks. Maybe you might get 1 or 2 lays. Maybe not during the inflation, but maybe during the pandemic. Is that what you really want? To get women way below your looks level? Come on now. With the economic stress of 2023, 2024, and 2025, the inflation has made the numbers game even more ineffective. More and more people are quitting, unable to overcome the growing obstacles from women. They turn MGTOW, men going their own way. And the harsh reality is, without the right guidance, you're just spinning your wheels. And here's the frustrating part, because it doesn't just stop there. You sign up for a Daygame course from other coaches. You're clutching onto the hope that this time things will be different. But here's the kicker. Even with all the right information at your fingertips, if you can't think clearly, you're doomed to fail. It's like being handed a map without the ability to read it. The destination remains out of reach, taunting you with every single misstep. So what's happening is called the winner and loser effect. It's a harsh reality. It's an unforgiving cycle that grips you tighter as you stumble, especially with a big double chin. It'll grip you over there because that gives you cortisol. Every single time you fail, you're going to get a lot more cortisol stress in a double chin. Every failure isn't just a setback. It is a weight on your shoulders, pumping up your cortisol levels, dragging you further into the abyss of self-doubt and despair. Victories once vibrant and within grasp now feel distant. Fading dreams slipping away as soon as you reach for them. And you find yourself spiraling, caught in the web of the 4 traits of low self-esteem. Trait number 1 is called delusions, where you convince yourself things aren't as bad as they seem. The second trait is half-assing it for half-hearted efforts, where you go through the motions without conviction, leading you down the wrong path, this sociopath. And you fail in 4 months. And you get started right where you began. Number 4 is quitting. You turn MGTOW, tempting to escape the whispers of promise of relief. but it only delivers regret because once you quit for good. These traits turn you into a zombie, wandering aimlessly in the dating world, devoid of purpose and direction. You become a shadow of your former self, haunted by the specters of misses and opportunities and unfulfilled potential. In your desperation, you might end up listening to the wrong coaches, these global game platform scammer gurus who are popular, those who peddle false promises and empty strategies. They don't even get people laid. They're given DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're included even though they don't have lay testimonials. There's no merit while people like me gets ignored. False promises, empty strategies, and they're getting you stuck in a cycle that leads nowhere but MGTOW, a path of isolation and resignation. The pain of seeing others succeed where you falter is a constant reminder that your shortcomings are relentless echo that chips away at your confidence and self-worth. It's tormenting you for your existence. It's like you're in a purgatory of Daygame, and one that you feel is inescapable, and you're trapped in a loop of failure with no way out. But the truth is, this cycle can be broken. That's right. You don't have to remain a prisoner of your own making. So the first step is to acknowledge the pain, understanding the root of your struggles, and seeking the right guidance to navigate your way back to success. This is like the lone wolf approach. You think you can master Daygame alone? Think again. Going solo and trying to do it yourself because you think you know better than me seems like a brave move. Maybe you think it saves you money, but without the right SMV, without the right skill set, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Sure, you might connect with a few women and you might get some flaky phone numbers and you probably will not get laid. But if you got laid before, it was like a woman that was 4 out of 10 that nobody wants. But that is the pinnacle of your ambition. The numbers game is a losing battle, especially in 2025 for the inflation in 2024, even 2023 with the economic pressures of the binflation in recent years. And that's the thing, even with the new tariffs and everything, many have thrown in the towel, especially Canadians, because they're poor, unable to navigate the increased objections for women. It's a harsh reality, but one that must be faced if you truly want to succeed. The journey of a lone wolf is fraught with challenges, and without a path of guidance like my students from Elite Bundle 2, they're all in the same WhatsApp group, you're left vulnerable to the harsh elements of the Daygame world. You become a wanderer, aimlessly drifting from one failed interaction to another. Each painful rejection reminds you of your isolation, where you have no friends and you blame everybody else. You blame women and then you blame everything else except yourself. The truth is, going at it alone is a gamble and the odds are stacked against you. Without the right strategies, the right skill set that my students have, and the right support with my mental filter, you're not just playing a losing game. You're setting yourself up for a lifetime of missed opportunities and potential, what they call Gardek. Time to stop fooling yourself and face the reality. To truly succeed, you need guidance, mentorship, and the proven path to follow. The second thing is the Daygame course conundrum. Courses promise you gold, but are you mining fool's gold? Enrolling in Daygame courses seems like a logical step. It's cheaper, right? Of course, my stuff still works. So you guys have to actually use it. And you have to follow it with self-esteem and not half-ass it. And my stuff still works, but during the inflation these days, they don't focus too well, but they still work. It's just people become more zombie. And the truth is, without my mental filter from Elite Bundle 2 for Elite Access, and also the Skype coaching, you're not getting the full picture. It's like trying to read a Bible. Let's say, for example, Elite Bundle 2 for Elite 30, that's the New Testament, metaphorically speaking, of course. And also the Elite Playbook is the Old Testament. But do you think just by reading it or looking at it with your current mental filter, like a fool, like in the book of Proverbs, lazy, delusional, half-assing it, wrong path to sociopath, and then quitting, that you can actually see it without my mental filter? It's like the wisdom of the Proverbs. King Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs. Even if you're not religious, I'm just saying, if you're a fool, you're going to make a lot of foolish mistakes and a lot of bad decisions because inflation has clouded your judgment, and the winner and loser effect is wreaking havoc on your confidence. Cortisol levels rise with every single failure, while testosterone dwindles. The results, you're left with 4 traits of low self-esteem, becoming a day game zombie. Brains, right? Brr, brains. Delusions, half-assed approaches, bad decisions, and quitting. This is your new reality, becoming a zombie. And you might have all the information at your fingertips as you think. But without clarity and focus of my mental filter, it's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. The path to mastery is littered with bones of those who thought they could go at it alone and only to find themselves lost in day game and disillusioned. And you're bombarded with techniques and tactics, but without the right framework, they become noise, distracting you, confusing you, and ultimately they're ineffective when you start listening to misery method bullshit. And you start listening to Ross Jeffries, and you start listening to UMP, and you start listening to fucking ABCs of low self-esteem Asians, and queefing canceled Casanova, who is already canceled and on the run from the police from Brazil for his students pulling underage girls. So what are you supposed to do? Rather than give in to these DEI coaches, diversity, exclusivity, inclusion, you should go for the one with the merit, the one with the most laid and pulled testimonials. And there's only one coach in the world who can get students laid. They can get them fuck buddies. They can get them threesomes. They can get them foursomes, fivesomes, multiple fuck buddies, multiple girlfriends, not just girlfriend, and married too, and procreating. There's only one coach in the entire world. And you might know who that person is. Nobody else. So that's the thing. Stop listening to platform scammers. Other gurus, these global game platform scammers, because they're confusing you and ultimately it's ineffective. The promise of transformation turns into a mirage, an illusion that fades with each failed attempt. You start to feel like your potential gets lowered and you start to beat yourself up because you don't have a growth mindset. You have a fixed mindset because you don't have grit. And what you need is not just more information. There's plenty of information out there. You need wisdom. You need to know what not to do. You're like, what do you mean? So there's so much information out there and it doesn't even fucking work for the other dating coaches. You can make a list of all their advice. It's like weeds in the garden and I'm the only one that's growing a great plant for you or a great tree. But then you have all these weeds by listening to these other people. So what you need is not just information, but a system, structured approach that cuts through the clutter and guides you to getting laid with white girls for day game. Because the reality is a lot of you just want to bang a white girl like my students that's super fucking hot, above 8.5 out of 10. And then you will feel good about yourself. And some of you wants to get married. Even if you're red pilled, you're the first ones to get married. All red pill people always get married when they have the chance. So here's solution number 3, the worshiper trap. That's right. Rich engineers and enthusiasts. Are you following the wrong leaders? Some turns to boot camps, worshipping coaches like sheeps. Sheeps, right? Zombie sheeps. Just like I said in the YouTube live video about the PUA scumbags, those types. They're like sheeps worshipping dating coaches. You either got these rich engineers, enthusiasts that might land a string of 4 out of 10s or 3 out of 10s, UMP style. But at what cost? They're perpetuating the numbers game, relying on direct approaches, giving compliments, validation, DHV stories, push-pull tactics, romantic flirts, self-amusement, and flaky numbers when you talk super fast like a zombie. It's a sociopathic cycle driven by weak will and blind faith. That's right. And while they might seem resilient, they're missing on the essential true day game mastery. Allure of quick fixes, surface level success blinds them to the deeper and more meaningful connections and social skills, social calibrations, emotional control that is beyond the superficial. This is not a zombie game. Those kind of things are for naturals, and my students who drills the skills down to become like a natural. True mastery requires depth, understanding, and lots of drills, just like the army. You don't have to be out there doing drills and getting rejected. You can practice at home and send me your homework for Elite Access, which is part of the Elite Bundle too. It requires that and the willingness to dig deep beneath the surface to uncover the real treasures of Daygame, which the naturals know and only my students know. Everybody else is just learning game tactics, zombie tactics, because you're caught in the cycle of dependency, relying on other dating coaches to dictate your path instead of forging your own by training with me. Now you can be part of the naturals, but instead you'd rather be a zombie. And you don't know what I'm talking about when I say social skills. What do you mean social skills, John? So the superficial victories are hollow, even if you got a 4 out of 10. You might as well just swipe on Tinder and get the same 3 or 4 out of 10 because it's leaving you feeling empty and leaving you feeling unfulfilled. Okay, it's time to break free from the chains of blind allegiance, of worshipping platform scammer gurus, and take control of your journey. The path to true mastery is not found in the shadows of others, those platform scammers, but in the light of my coaching for Elite Bundle 2, because it's my mental filter. That's the secret. Elite Bundle 2, 90% of it is my mental filter and 10% is the courses. Blindly following the herd of other platform scammers is going to lead you to stagnation, where real progress is replaced by fleeting facades of success. You're just getting positive reactions. It's, oh, John, I got a positive reaction. She stayed. You got a flaky phone number. Yeah, but did she fuck you? If she didn't, it's just a facade. And to truly excel, you must make your own decision and cultivate the skill set and resilience needed to thrive for Daygame under my coaching. So what is the solution, you might be asking? The elite path. That's right. In contrast, my students are achieving extraordinary results with 659 latent poll testimonials. The proof is in the numbers. Last year, while other students struggle, my students thrived. The secret? Rigorous training and drills akin to martial arts or military precision. My 20 out of 35 system basically evaluates the looks out of 10, money out of 5, status out of 10, social skills, 2.5 points, social calibrations, 2.5 points, emotional control, 2.5 points, game at 2.5 points. If you reach 20 out of 35, it is an automatic lay. Unlike other coaches, many of whom lacks social skills due to their former engineering background. That's right. These former engineers using mystery method bullshit. I assure my students master these crucial elements My Elite Bundle 2 and Skype coaching penetrates your mental filter, providing you mentorship, experiences like no other. It's not just about learning, it's about transforming into an elite day gamer. You cannot see your own mistakes. You have to be aware of your mistakes first. You have to go from unconscious to conscious incompetence to conscious competence and unconscious competence, like a natural. The journey I offer is one of growth, empowerment, and genuine success. It's about breaking free from the chains of mediocrity and stepping into a world where you are in control of your destiny. Listen up. The time to act is now. I don't care if it's snowing outside as I'm making this video, even though you may see this in the future, or if it's raining, or the world is ending. It's always ending. Excuses are for the weak people who are poor and full of cortisol. Every day that you delay is another day that you're stuck in the same cycle of failure. Every month that you do not join the Elite Bundle 2 is going to be another month of depression, and more likely you're going to quit this year. And once you quit, you can never, ever come back because you turn mental. Men going their own way. The reality is harsh. If you don't take action now, you're on the fast track to mental, isolated, and defeated. And you think waiting for better weather is going to change your life? Think again. The world doesn't wait for you to be ready. Success doesn't pause for convenience. It's time to break free from the excuses, invest in yourself, and step up to the challenge. Join my Elite Bundle 2 program, my John Elite Army. Let's go against these other people, start a resistance against these platform scammers, and transform your life. This isn't just another course or bundle. It's the solution you've been waiting for. That's right, to get laid with white girls and potentially find a girlfriend or even get married. Just like many of my students, with my guidance, you'll develop the skills and mindset needed to dominate day game and achieve real results. Don't just sit there and let life pass you by. Take control of your destiny or be left behind. Contact me today in the Contact Me form for a consultation and start your journey to become an elite day gamer. This is your wake-up call. Rise above the rest and claim your success for day game. Fuck next year. Next year will not come and you'll quit. The opportunity is here and it is not going to wait for you. Every month that goes by, you're just going to get more stressed out. And act now. Get your dick wet. Fuck white girls. Like my other students. And hey, if this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights and strategies to elevate your game. Your journey to success starts right here, right now. How do you get good at day game fast? Shocking truth, 99% of day game advice is complete garbage that will actively hurt your results with women. I've spent 23 years in the game, mentored by 12 naturals, and helped over 656 students get laid and pulled for day game. Want to know the secrets to fast tracking your day game success? It's time to throw everything you think you know about picking up women during the day. Here's the problem. The day game industry is filled with misguided advice, promising quick fixes, and flashy tactics that simply don't deliver, like these platform scammers, these DEI coaches, who basically have no late testimonials during the inflation. Mass approaching and using direct game with compliments, validating her, and relying on DHV stories are not the key to success. These methods, often touted by so-called gurus, have failed to produce significant results, especially during the challenging economic times of the past few years. The truth is, these approaches are as outdated as the mystery method. or what I call misery method, and they are rooted in a flawed understanding of social dynamics. Imagine spending countless hours on the streets, approaching women after women, only to collect a handful of flaky phone numbers. The frustration mounts as you realize that despite your efforts, you are no closer to mastering Daygame. The industry has sold you a lie, and you're left feeling like a cog in a broken machine. You're caught in a cycle of disappointment and self-doubt. You're like running on one hamster wheel after another. And then you go to another system that has to do with more game. And then more fucking game to just change the Asperger or autistic zombie tactics around. Then you go to another system and you're stuck while Johnny Lee is telling you, this is what gets people laid. This is what gets people married. But you're not listening. Each failed interaction chips away at your confidence, leaving you questioning your worth and your abilities. The pressure to perform is suffocating, and the constant rejection that you feel like it's a personal attack towards your self-esteem. You're not just battling external obstacles, you're fighting an internal war against your self-doubt and your insecurities. The realization is that the methods you've been taught, ineffective as it is, a bitter pill to swallow. In the pain of wasted time, and effort is a heavy burden to bear. You're left wondering if true success is even possible for Daygame, or if you're destined to remain stuck in this endless loop of frustration. It's time to face the harsh reality. The traditional Daygame tactics are failing you, and it is time for a radical change. Number one, the opposite is true. Do the complete opposite of everything these global game platform scammers say. Make a list of all their suggestions and do the opposite, and you'll get laid like my students. To get good at Daygame fast, you need to do the complete 100% opposite, like 180 of what the industry preaches. Mass approaching, direct game have been the go-to strategies for many, but they often lead to a dead end. Instead of focusing on quality interactions using my hybrid opener, which are designed to engage her interest without seemingly desperate, she can't leave anyways, because you start with, excuse me real quick, I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it? Oh, just go down the street. They go that way. No, it's over there. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you. And she's what? I just noticed that you have curly hair and you're a bit curvy. Are you Mexican? Oh, no, I'm Brazilian. Hey, I know this is very random asking you these things, but I promise I'm a very friendly person and I'm just in a good mood, so I wanted to talk. Oh, it's okay. And then you open. It's that simple. You don't go up to her and say, I thought you were attractive and want to come by and say hi, or I like your style, or you're adorable. Fuck that. Never works, ever. It's like a huge numbers game. These openers create intrigue and curiosity, and they're setting a stage for a genuine connection. Don't fall trap of validating her with compliments if your SMV is super low. It's like a homeless person trying to buy favors, like, can I have some change, with empty flattery. If they compliment you, oh, I like your jacket. It's not genuine. And second of all, just to ask for change afterwards, just taking value. This approach only serves to diminish your value in her eyes, leading to flaky phone numbers and unfulfilled promises. Instead, my students have learned to build attraction through subtle social calibrations, mastering the art and science of body language and 45-degree diagonal positioning. Setting 45 degrees reduces pressure from her. If you were like a big, strong guy and you're very scary looking, let's say you're a big black guy, right? and you're squaring off, you're going to freak her the fuck out. If you're halfway diagonal, she'll have half cortisol. If you're 45 degrees diagonal from her, she has no cortisol. She only gets more attracted. Sometimes less is more. And that's the thing. It creates a comfortable environment, allowing her to feel at ease and to open to deeper interactions. They've honed the skills of transitioning from the initial meeting to Insta dates. Then venue changes to effectively pulling her home. And that's a shared experience that can lead to a same-day lay. Fuck number closes. Number farming. Oh yeah, you gotta collect numbers and you gotta set the date straight to the house. Yeah, sure. One lay testimonial, one token Asian, and the second one did not get results. Good job, ass. The approach bypasses the need for endless follow-ups by texting her and the frustration of chasing flaky numbers. Forget trying to sound monotone or cool like UMP would do. I'm monotone. I'm like James Bond. Yeah, you gotta be more monotone and try to be like confident. Doesn't work. It only attracts like women that are 3 out of 10 in looks. And that leaves you feeling empty and dry dick. Instead, embrace the social skills flow drill, a technique that promises authenticity, engagement, and meaningful conversations because you got social skills, social calibrations, emotional control. And the drills help you to break free from the robotic interactions, allowing you to shine with your true personality and a lasting impression. Because everything she does and everything that you do, she's always measuring it. Your value, your 20 out of 35, all your patterns, you're burning a DVD, and later on when you text her, she's going to bring out that DVD, and then she's going to see, oh, it's too fast when you're talking. Oh, you're hunching all the time. Oh, you're giving direct compliments. Next, he breaks it in half, right? So number 2, habits over tactics. That's right. True transformation comes from developing habits, not relying on tactics. In the world of Daygame, fleeting tactics like mystery method, derivatives may offer short-term positive reactions, whatever that means, but they lack the depth required for lasting results. My 20 out of 35 system is the roadmap to true mastery, evaluating on your looks, money, status, social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and game. That's right. Looks is out of 10, money out of 5. Status is out of 10, social skills 2.5, social calibrations 2.5, emotional control 2.5, game 2.5. Don't listen to those platform scammers like ABCs. Oh yeah, it's all about emotions. It's not about logical. And then you got this other guy with a crooked nose, right? Like playing with dicks. And it's, yeah, because it's all emotion. What the fuck do you guys know? You don't even have more than 0 or 1 lay testimonial for Daygame during the inflation. These Tinder guys should just stick with Tinder shit, right? And just fuck off the field of Daygame. You have no idea what you're talking about. Women do have this subconscious algorithm. They're like, oh yeah, status doesn't matter. How does she know if you got status? Because you have a thorough money status advantage, 1 extra point. You also have a high status job, engineer, makes more money than the Latin shithole countries. And then you have your exotic advantage. Then you have your third world money status advantage. You have all these different things. That's what the passport bros do. But you're saying that doesn't count? Seriously? Because they got no social skills. They don't know these points. Women always, emotions, right? They talk, oh, it's just emotion. Emotions is only 2.5 points, guys. Come on. That's only a small category. It's not everything. Oh yeah, women are emotional. Yeah, it's true. Women are emotional. But number 1, relative SMV, 20 out of 35. Number 2, emotional reasoning. Number 3, logic last. This comprehensive approach ensures that every aspect of your persona is optimized for success, reaching 20 out of 35 because she's always trying to filter out for cortisol zombies who have autism. If she procreated with you and you have autism, and then you talk super fast, and then you start giving direct compliments and you keep making statements and questions, statements, questions, you're not really good to procreate with. That's why you only get like women that are 4 out of 10 in looks that nobody wants. Reaching 20 out of 35 means you have achieved an automatic lay for Daygame, which is something ABCs and other platform scammers or night game coaches have no idea what they're talking about. By getting there requires dedication and practice. Think of it as training for an elite unit in the army. You rehearse your skills until they're second nature and they adapted them to seamlessly in the field. This level of preparation transform you from a novice into a seasoned professional level natural day gamer like my students. So ready to handle any situation with confidence and poise. Without corrections and guidance, mass approaching turns you into an RSD zombie stuck in the rut and unable to grow. The repetitive nature of these tactics dulls your instincts and stifles your potential, leaving you frustrated, and then you're going to stagnate. I'm here to help you refine your drills and exercises, providing feedback with my mental filter and the support you need to ensure you're ready to excel in the real-world interactions. My mentorship from Elite Bundle 2 offers a structured environment where you can hone in your skills, build resilience, and develop the mindset needed to thrive. Through consistent practice and strategic adjustments, you'll break free from the cycle of mediocrity or depending on boot camps and bench hold camps and emerge as a confident and capable day gamer getting your dick wet, fucking white girls. So now listen up. The time to act is now. I got to build this army because every day you delay is another day you get stuck in the same cycle of missed opportunities and frustration. Maybe my words are not getting through to you. I need to build this big army of 50 day gamers this year. I'm looking for an army. And I feel like for me, if I don't build this army and get people laid, get them married, get them having girlfriends, I'm not helping Jesus to help people create the tree of life. I am disappointing Jesus. That's why I'm so passionate. I'm on here and I am tired as hell. I don't know what words to use to get through to you. Jesus wants to help you through me. Where do you think this power comes from? Who gets so many students married and so many late testimonials? How does this happen? Marriage does not usually happen from Daygame. This is not some third world country. I feel like if I don't sell you Elite Bundle 2, I'm hurting you. I'm hurting my business. I'm hurting all the other day gamers falling for those ABC platform scammers. How do I communicate this? I don't know, but I hope you can hear my voice. I'm hoping in the beginning, when a few testimonials starts, and then more students get laid, and then eventually it's like a person start dancing, right? And then afterwards, nobody joins them. They think they're crazy. And then 2 people are there doing it. Then afterwards, 3 people join, and then 10 people, and then eventually 50 people, right? Maybe that's what's going to happen this year. Maybe it's going to be a slow start, but eventually it's going to be a fast finish. The reality is clear. Waiting for the perfect moment won't change your life. The world doesn't pause for you to be ready. Success in Daygame with white girls and potentially finding a girlfriend, even getting married, like many of my students, doesn't wait for convenience. It's time to break free from excuses and take decisive action. Join my Elite Bundle 2 program to start seeing real results in your day game. This is not just another course. It's a proven path to getting laid with white girls and finding a girlfriend and potentially getting married. With 659 laid and post testimonials, my program is designed to transform your approach and help you achieve tangible success and get your dick wet. With my guidance, you'll master the techniques and strategies needed to break through those barriers and achieve your goals. Don't blame the inflation and just say you have no money and not save up and let life pass you by. Take control of your journey and don't be left behind, because I cannot rescue you unless you swim towards the rescue helicopter. Otherwise, my students and everyone else will drown trying to save you. Contact me today. There's a contact me form and there's an Elite Bundle 2 in the description, and start your journey to becoming a successful day gamer. This will be your wake-up call. Claim your success in Daygame and experience the results that you've been seeking. The opportunity is here. It's not going to wait for you. And here's the thing. If you don't do it now, right? Oh, it's snowing, whatever. You're going to quit. And you think, no, I'm not going to quit, John. I'm going to be back. No, you're going to fucking quit. Like, no, I'm not going to quit. I promise you, John, I'm not going to quit. You're going to quit. You're going to fucking quit. That's the truth. Act now or regret it forever. And hey, if this message resonates with you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more insights and strategies to elevate your game. Your journey to success starts right here, right now. What is Daygame? How to do it, and what to talk about. What if I told you that everything you've learned about Daygame from other coaches is outdated and is actively sabotaging your success? The pandemic and inflation have changed the game, and those who can't adapt and are getting left behind. But here's the shocker. 90% of Daygame coaches are still teaching methods that flat out don't work anymore. And I'm John Elite. I am the world's best Daygame coach, in case you don't know who I am. I have 659 laid and pulled testimonials for Daygame. And that's for pickup, not for Tinder shit or whatever. And I'm here to expose the lies and reveal the truth and to show you the real way to master Daygame in 2020. Are you ready to join the elite? Here's the problem. In 2020 and 2021, they call this the pandemic era. That's when the pandemic hit, the Wuhan flu. Chinese people, right? Daygame faced unprecedented challenges. COVID. Lockdowns happened and social distancing made the traditionals approaching very tough. And those relying on mass approaching tactics from RSD, real social dynamics or real sociopath dynamics, they were the first one to fail. Without these skills to adapt, they found themselves floundering, unable to make meaningful connections. However, for those with social intelligence, this period during the lockdowns offered a unique opportunity to stand out. With fewer people on the streets and a well-calibrated social approach, you could still get your dick wet. It was super easy. For some people, this is like the only time they're able to get a lay testimonial. Seriously. It was time when other Daygame coaches recycled old testimonials at this time period during the pandemic, creating an illusion of success for their students that didn't reflect the current reality because they couldn't get one during the inflation. The truth is, while the landscape shifted, the core principles of effective Daygame remain unchanged. The economic landscape began to change with the onset of inflation. Gas prices started going up like crazy. Food prices finally began to go up when the initial effects were subtle before. But 2023 became worse because in 2022, it was like being strangled. You can still breathe. But in 2023, you're going to start to go red. 2024, most people are strangled so much, metaphorically speaking, they have turned mental. So that's how bad the inflation was. While the initial effects were subtle, by 2023 and 2024, the impact became undeniable. Rising costs and economic uncertainty affected everybody, including women. That's right. Influencing their social and dating behaviors. Women became more discerning in constantly evaluating interactions based on their relative SMV, right? Sexual market value. They're always judging the 20 out of 35 system all the time, more than before. This system evaluates looks is out of 10, money out of 5, status out of 10, social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and game are all 2.5 points. 20 out of 35, you get laid. They're all crucial factors in navigating this new inflationary landscape. Women no longer are just using emotional reasoning anymore. They begin to think more logically. They're like, what do you mean, John? Thinking more logically. Women are not logical. Yeah, of course not. But during this time period, they became a lot more logical during the inflation. How are they logical? I'll tell you. they start to give you more objections. You want to go for instant date, another objection. You pull her back home, objections, like 5 objections in a row. You want to fuck her, another 5 objections. That's 15 objections to deal with. And most Daygame traditional pickup artists, they don't know even how to get past the first objection. You can't just say, oh yeah, you just go back to my place to check out whatever view or something, or whatever stupid flowcharts. None of that shit works. You got to loop the objections over and over. And despite these hurdles, my students continue to succeed, leveraging on their refined skills and adaptability. Because of the 20 out of 35 that they drill down, their ability to navigate these complex dynamics is why I have 659 laid and pulled testimonials for Daygame. 2025 and beyond, you got to master the arrow science. So in 2025, the economic landscape continues to evolve. But with my students, they're prepared. They've mastered the arrow science, a comprehensive approach that combines social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and game to create a powerful framework for success. The arrow science is about precision and adaptability, allowing them to maneuver through complex social dynamics with ease. By focusing on the 3 components, the arrow tip, the arrow body, and the feather, they've honed in their ability to perfection. Basically, you got to think the arrow tip is 3 steps, right? 1, 2, 3. Arrow tip is like a triangle. That is the sexualize it to the maximum, and that is the dealing with sexual objections. That's the arrow tip. So what is the arrow body? It is social skills, social calibrations, emotional control. The more you have, the longer the arrow, makes it easier to penetrate like a spear. However, that's not enough, because the feather is very important for the arrow science. The feather is the whitewash fashion. Even though I'm not dressed in the whitewash fashion right now, I just changed my jacket. But, however, having a whitewash fashion, because now you're part of her tribe, the in-tribe, and also a V-shaped body. And when you have a V-shaped body, it's like the arrow, right? How wide the feather is. Now it can glide right into the target. Your dick can go right into her, what? That easily. That you can get your dick wet. But the arrow science goes beyond that. It's a science. Because if you're in survival mode, you don't save up. You don't invest in yourself. You don't budget your money. When you're aiming the arrow, you're going to start to shake. When you're aiming, you're just shaking everywhere. Shaking, and you cannot aim the arrow. You cannot focus because you're in survival mode. The arrow will fly past the target and then nothing will happen. You got a flaky phone number. This is the essence of the arrow science. That's right. The arrow tip represents their game, maneuver sexualized interactions to overcoming the objections, looping it. Arrow body is the social skill, social calibrations, emotional control. Arrow feather, V-shaped body, whitewash fashion. So it can fly. The arrow can fly. The holistic approach has empowered my students to achieve consistent lays, even in challenging environments of the inflation. This is the reason why they keep getting laid. They don't really care that there's an inflation. You see the students, they keep getting a same-day lay. Their mastery of the arrow science sets them apart from the competition, allowing them to succeed where others have failed. The journey through these years has been one of adaptation and growth, proving with the right strategies, success is not only possible, but inevitable. And so many of my students got married too. Imagine this. Okay, you mustered up your courage to approach, armed with your rehearsed lines and your stupid routines and your stupid statements of cold reading one after another. As your interaction unfolds, you find yourself trapped in the cycle of short, dismissive responses. She gives you one-word answers, and your heart sinks as you realize that she's not engaged. She's not interested in you. And once again, you're left standing there feeling invisible and inadequate. The pressure mounts with each failing attempt, eroding your confidence, leaving you questioning your self-worth. You're not just battling external obstacles, you're waging an internal war against your self-doubt and insecurities. Every interaction feels like a test to you're destined to fail, and the weight of the repeated rejections is crushing. Others succeed, like my students, and you wonder why the fuck can't you break through with your direct game and your 3 minutes of conversation and phone number farming? Why your effort seems to vanish into thin air. But my students just keep getting laid, keep getting married, keep procreating. It's a torturous cycle, one that leaves you feeling isolated and defeated. And you're convinced that true connection is beyond your reach. And the pain of seeing my other students getting laid over, and you struggle, and you start dismissing my lay testimonials. You start looking at me like I'm crazy because you turn mental. Every single marriage testimonial, every lay testimonial is like, you acknowledge it, but you open your mouth full of cortisol, and then you're in shock, and you have no idea why that happens. And then you start acting cheaper, and you start beating yourself up. And you just keep beating yourself up over and over. It's painful. It sucks. It totally fucking sucks. And the pain of seeing my other students keep getting married, your struggle is a constant reminder of your shortcomings, a relentless echo that chips away at your confidence and self-worth. But it doesn't have to be this way. The cycle can be broken. I'm here to show you how. So here's how you break the cycle of making stupid statements and going for flaky phone numbers. Stop relying on cold reads. That leads nowhere. The truth is, moving from one topic to another with meaningless statements and questions is a dead-end strategy. What do you mean? This is how the PUA sounds like when they talk to women. They'll be like, you look like you do yoga. And then she's like, no, I don't. So what do you do instead? I do weightlifting. And then you make another statement. You look like you like to do a lot of squats. It's, no, I don't. And then they ask a question again. So what kind of exercises do you like to do? I don't know. I do everything. Like CrossFit, everything else too. And then now they're stuck. They're like, oh, the corpus callosum in the middle of their brain. For the autistic zombies, the brains don't connect together in the middle, the corpus callosum. So now they're stuck. That's why they keep making statements and asking questions, because they're primitive zombies. And then from there, they're like, oh, what to do? Then ask 3 questions. What else do you like to do besides weightlifting? Do you like to, whatever, what are you doing here in this country? And then she's like, I got a boyfriend. And a lot of you are like, John, you're describing exactly your experience. That's right, because you all do the same thing when you're not trained. You've got to zombie it with statements and questions, which doesn't even work. That's how all the other dating coaches speak like. So these outdated methods leave you stuck in a loop of short answers and disinterest. Instead of focusing on engaging her with meaningful conversations, with social intelligence, and creating a genuine connection, and you can flirt when she talks more, that goes beyond a surface level chit chat. You can be like a natural, a real natural. My students learn to break free from the statement cycle and stupid questions. Instead, they're using their body language and presence to build attraction, because the social skills flow drill funnels her and makes her look at him while she's getting more wet, because he's building more attraction due to the 45-degree body language. In the social skills flow drill, it's just to get her to talk more so she likes you, trusts you, and be willing to go home with you. That's how they build attraction. They understand that true connection isn't about what you say, but how you make her feel. And the body language can make her feel. By shifting the focus from statements to engagement and the social skills flow drill, which I cannot get into, they create interaction that are dynamic, genuine, and fulfilling. This approach not only breaks the cycle, it opens the door to deeper and more meaningful connections. You'll see statements alone cannot capture her interest. It lacks the depth needed to spark genuine curiosity, because she's only giving one-word answers. My students know that by integrating the social skills flow drill with active listening, they can guide the conversation towards topics that resonate with her interest and emotions. So you don't have to try to steer it. You can steer it with her by what she says. I cannot go into more detail. It's top secret. This creates a fluid exchange where both parties are actively engaged, leading to a natural flow that keeps her intrigued and invested. By mastering this technique, my students turn mundane interactions into memorable encounters, setting the date for authentic attraction. Then they can pull women back home, insta-date, venue changes, and go for same-day lays. But what's number 2? You've got to ditch the clown act, right? Stop acting like a gamey clown and start building some real attraction. People love to be gamey and witty, right? As they think, self-amusing, being cocky, funny. But this rarely works. Trying to win her over by acting like a clown only puts you off balance and undermines your credibility. She sees right through the act and recognizes that you can't even talk to her normally. My students let the body language do the attraction building. It's not that she's going to get bored because you're going to flirt, eliminating the need to rely on cocky, funny humor. By focusing on presence and authenticity, they create a natural and compelling attraction that speaks volume without words. That's why pickup artists often get a bad name, because they rely on superficial tactics that lacks substance. Pairing direct compliments and validation with gamey antics is a recipe for disaster. If you try to give validation and you don't have any status or like a lifestyle on your Instagram or anything like that, you're like, oh, wow, I love you. Oh, wow, I love your eyes. You're so cute. I love your hair. If you keep doing that, it's like your value will go down while her one goes up. You do that enough times, she's going to leave. Instead, my students cultivate genuine interest and connections, building attraction through authenticity and presence. They understand that true confidence comes from within and isn't dependent on flashy antics or exaggerated personas. By embracing their true selves, they create a sense of authenticity that resonates with women on a deeper level. The genuine approach not only fosters trust and rapport, but also establishes a foundation of lasting attraction. My students learn to read subtle cues and respond with genuine interest, create a dynamic interaction that feels organic and real with the social skills flow drill, not the zombie flow drill with statements and questions with short answers that you get from. This shift from superficial tactics to authentic engagement is what sets them apart, allowing them to connect with women in a way that feels natural and unforced. So number 3, master the social skills flow drill. Unlock the secrets to making her talk more and build genuine connection. The key to successful Daygame isn't about mass approaching or hoping for the best. It's about mastering the art of conversation, using social skills, flow drill, not verbals, not cheesy conversational skills. It's social skills to engage her on a deeper level. When I cannot teach you the drill here for the social skills flow drill, I can bring you some awareness to its power. My students use the 3-step process to take what she's talking about and make her talk more. The secret is reserved for those who trains with me, but it transforms interactions by making her backward rationalize her interest in you. The more she talks, the more she likes you, the more she trusts you, and the more willing she's going to go home with you, as long as you flirt in between or you have perfect body language if you don't. This is why my students don't rely on mass approaches. They focus on quality interactions that yields real results, and they go on Insta dates. The 3-step triangular social skills flow drill extracts maximum conversations, creating a foundation for genuine connection and attraction. This is where my students excel, using the drill to engage, connect, and ultimately succeed in Daygame. They recognize that a woman's willingness to engage in conversation is a powerful indicator of her interest. And by encouraging her to share more, they create a space where she feels heard and valued. This approach not only builds rapport, but enhances her desires, her trust. And my students are skilled at guiding the conversation in a way that feels natural, allowing her to open up so they can flirt more. This creates a sense of intimacy and connection, paving the way for deeper interactions and genuine attraction. And you don't sexualize it nonstop, like half-ass sexualizing it like UMP or UFO, UAP. That doesn't work unless you want women that are 3 out of 10 in looks. You might as well just use fucking Tinder if you want 3 out of 10 looking women. That's what they get. That's what my former students get when they're victims of UMP. The social skills flow drill empowers them to navigate complex social dynamics with ease, turning conversations encounters into meaningful connections. Every day you delay is another day that you miss out on genuine connections with white girls and banging them. The reality is clear. Waiting for the perfect moment won't change your life. The world does not pause for you to be ready. Oh, because it's snowing or it's inflation or something like that. No, it does not pause. This is not going to go away for a long time. Invest in yourself, success in Daygame with white girls, and potentially finding a girlfriend or even getting married, like many of my students, and not turning MGTOW. You got to build a trio life. That's what I'm here for. I feel like it's unethical if I don't promote Elite Bundle 2. Everyone should join Elite Bundle 2. It's the best course ever. Elite Bundle 2 is where all the students are getting laid last year. It's time to break free from the excuses and take decisive action. Join my Elite Bundle 2 program and start seeing real results in your day game. Seriously, guys. And whenever you sell something, right, and it's good for other people, if you don't promote it, then I'm a scumbag because this is what gets people laid. This saves their life. It makes them not depressed. It makes them happy. So if I don't promote it, am I hiding it from the people? I'm unethical. Elite Bundle 2. Stop looking at the sales letter and stop bench-holding. Stop looking at it and feeling all depressed, all mental. Oh, it's a good sales letter, but I don't have the money. Fucking talk to me. Talk about a financing plan. I'm willing to do that. As long as you invest in yourself, put down a deposit, invest in yourself, pay for half of it, get started with Elite 30, and then pay the rest. You get Elite access and all the other Skypes and the other products. This isn't just another course. It's a proven path of getting laid because 90% of it is my mental filter. If you look at my courses and without actually understanding it, it's like reading the Bible without Bible study. You won't understand it on the surface level. So if you want to get laid this year, you want to find a girlfriend this year, or maybe potentially getting married with 659 laid and po testimonials, my Elite Bundle 2 is designed to transform your approach and help you achieve a same-day lay. With my guidance, you'll master the techniques and strategies needed to break through the barriers and get laid with a white girl. Of course, you might think, you can't do it. Sure you can. My students are very average looking. Don't let this pass you by. Take control of your journey or be left behind. Contact me today for a consultation or just text me and talk to me. And your journey to becoming a successful day gamer starts now. Don't be afraid. I'm a very nice person. When you meet me in real life, I can be tough, but I can be very nice too. This is your wake-up call. Fuck those other platform scammers, those global game platform scammer gurus who don't know what they're talking about, those DEI coaches who basically have 0 to 2 day game lay testimonials for the last inflation few years. Wake up, claim your success in day game and experience the results you've been seeking. The opportunity is here and is not going to wait for you. Act now or regret it forever. Stop wasting time. And hey, if this message resonates with you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more insights and strategies to elevate your game. Your journey to success starts right here, right now. Has Daygame become more difficult over the years? Navigating the world of Daygame has always been a challenge, but it has truly become more difficult over the years, right? Let's start to dive into the shifts and strategies that has defined the current landscape and explore how you can thrive despite the obstacles. I'm John Elite, the world's best day game coach with 659 laid and polled testimonials, and I'm here to shed light on the evolving dynamics of day game. In 2020, 2021, the pandemic era. When the pandemic hit in 2020, Daygame faced unprecedented challenges, lockdowns and social distancing. So, what is the best advice to give a newbie in Daygame? Starting out in Daygame can be intimidating, but with the right guidance, you can overcome challenges and succeed. Here are some essential advice to help you navigate your journey effectively if you're a newbie. I'm John Elite, and I'm here to guide you with the proven strategies and insights based on my 659 laid and polled testimonials. Imagine you're standing on the edge of the sidewalk. Your heart's racing as you spot someone you want to approach. Your mind is a whirlwind of doubts and fears, paralyzing you into inaction. You muster up the courage to take a step forward, only to be met with a dismissive glance from her, or a polite but uninterested smile. Each rejection feels like a punch to your self-esteem gut, leaving you questioning your worth and your ability to connect with women. The fear of rejection looms large, a shadow that follows you into every interaction, whispering that you're not good enough. She has a boyfriend. She doesn't like you. You're too ugly. You're too short. You're ethnic. It's a torturous cycle, one that leaves you feeling isolated and defeated, convinced that true connection is beyond your reach. The pain of seeing others like my students succeed while you're struggling is a constant reminder of your shortcomings, a relentless echo that chips away at your confidence and self-worth. And as you watch the world change around you with the economic inflation and societal shifts of wokeism, and now is going back into non-DEI, the fear of being left behind grows, leaving you trapped in a cycle of frustration and despair. But it doesn't have to be that way. The cycle can be broken, and I'm here to show you how. Number one, overcome approach anxiety. Progressively get used to approach anxiety and transform fear into confidence. Approach anxiety is a common hurdle for those newcomers, but it is one that you can overcome with practice. Start by progressively getting used to the idea of approaching women. Keep telling yourself that she wants you to approach her. Practice getting closer and closer, then walking away pretending you have a phone call. Repeat this process until your fear decreases over time. It's about building your confidence gradually so you feel more comfortable and natural in these interactions. Remember, the more you expose yourself to these situations, the less intimidating they become. The method not only helps you confront your fears, but building resilience, allowing you to approach with ease and authenticity. By consistently pushing your boundaries, you develop a sense of empowerment, transforming anxiety into confidence. Approach anxiety is not just about the fear of the unknown. It is a mental barrier that can be dismantled with consistent effort. As you practice, you can also visualize your interaction and focus on positive outcomes. This mental rehearsal prepares your mind for real-life scenarios, making the act of approaching feel more familiar. Because sometimes what you vividly imagine, your brain cannot tell the difference. It's almost like a VR in your own brain. Additionally, understanding that rejection is not a reflection of your self-worth. It could be a little bit, because you can always improve on your fashion and your body language and your hybrid opener, but still, you don't take it personally, because you can alleviate the pressure, allowing you to approach with more relaxed and open mindset. So what I secretly do, I might as well leave this into the video, is that I always pretend that I'm giving her a lottery ticket. And I always say to myself, I want to know if she's a nice person or is she a bitch. Not to be misogynistic, but that's what I do. It's like Squid Games, lottery ticket or bread. If she acts like a bitch, then I say, oh, I guess she's the second one. Not to be like misogynistic, of course. Not to be misogynistic. I'm just saying it's a mindset. I can have whatever mindsets I want. It doesn't mean I'll have to say anything like that out there. Or else, if she's open to it, then guess what? It's like you're giving her value. Make sense? So that helps you free up your mind to approach. This is a golden nugget for the Golden Nugget series. Over time, these practices will help you build a solid foundation of confidence, making approach anxiety a thing of the past. Number 2, conquer your fear of rejection. Turn rejection into a tool for growth and resilience. The fear of rejection is another significant barrier, but it's crucial to move past it. Statistically, direct game does not work very well, especially in the recent years with inflation impacting social dynamics. Other day game coaches have struggled to get students laid during 2024, 2025 for day game, or 2023. During this period, unlike my students who continually keeps getting laid and keeps getting married and they keep procreating, a baby keeps popping out of their wife's vagina. Yeah, that's not an image I want to think about. Understand that direct compliments in game have low odds of success and often leading people to consider MGTOW, men going their own way, or virgins going their own way, or quitting altogether. Instead, use direct compliments to intentionally get rejected. That what? Go up to her, because direct game, right? Statistically speaking, for other dating coaches, does not work. If you go direct on purpose and you're going to get rejected and you have no chance whatsoever with your low SMV in the Western country like North America, you're going to fail, then you go direct anyways to get over your fear. Don't you understand? If you're fearful of approaching and you take it personally, because you know that you're not supposed to go direct. So if you go direct, then you get over your fear. You just look at the rejection and say, that's not you. It was the way you were approaching. Does that make sense? That's a great idea, isn't it? Some really great advice over here. So you ban-chode on purpose. This way you learn not to take it personally and understand that rejection is part of the process. I don't teach direct game because it doesn't yield consistent results. Instead, focus on indirect methods built on genuine connection. Not really indirect, but I call it hybrid open. You ask for directions, you transition, you know there's two things about her, so it feels more natural. You use a statement of empathy because she's wondering, why are you there? And then you call out the elephant in the room, which is the back of her mind. Remember, rejection is a stepping stone to your success, not a reflection of your worth. By embracing rejection as a learning experience, you build emotional resilience, turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. This shifts your perspective, empowers you to approach interactions with a positive mindset. That's right, seeing each encounter as a chance to learn and improve. Rejection is an inevitable part of day game journey, but even if my students, when they level up, they can get laid in 1 to 6 approaches. But it offers valuable lessons that you can enhance your skills. By analyzing each interaction, with my help, of course, then you can refine your approaches to increase your chances of success. You can raise your points for body language, for social skills flow drill. Your value increases. You get closer to the 20 out of 35. Understanding that every no brings you closer to a yes, especially when you already transformed with my coaching and with my mental filter, which is the most valuable. Then at a certain point, when you really leveled up so many drills over and over for a whole week, then guess what? You just collect the lay 1 to 6 approaches. Then you don't care about the rejections, because if you do it my way and you transform, then you automatically collect the lay. It sounds like very weird. Collect the lay. Don't you just try to play a numbers game and try to achieve a lay? No, you collect it because you're like sharpening an axe, right? Once you're sharpened to 20 out of 35, then it's easier to cut down the trees, metaphorically speaking. And when that happens, you get laid more. It's that simple. The mindset shift not only reduces the fear of rejections, but also it fosters a growth-oriented mindset for grit, essential for long-term success in day game. By continuously learning from your experiences, you develop a robust toolkit of strategies and insights, making you more adaptable and resilient in the face of challenges, basically more gritty. So number 3, master the hybrid opener and invest in the right training, my training. So unlock the power of the hybrid opener and elevate your game with expert guidance. Learn the hybrid opener from my videos. When it's executed correctly with the right tonalities and speed, especially when you transition the topic, it significantly reduces the chance of a rejection. In fact, if you do it so perfectly, you may never get rejected. Avoid dressing in an outdated fashion like Gen Z. Their fit is not good. It's very sus to the women with their streetwear, right? Which can negatively impact your aura. Instead, aim for a whitewash husband material fashion so you look like you're on your Sigma grind set. You look for that because it resonates really well with white girls because everyone wants to get married. Fashion plays a crucial role in first impressions. So if you dress like an Asian masculinity ninja turtle with a black t-shirt and your ninja outfit, prepare to get nonstop rejected and telling yourself that white women are racist, like ABCs of low self-esteem would tell you about the West. So you have to go to a Latin country. Fuck. Moreover, consider investing in proper training, not fucking boot camps or bench hold camps. With over 23 years of experience that I have and 659 laid in poll testimonials, I offer insights and strategies that others cannot replicate. That's right. Don't try to cheap out on the training and do it yourself. The cost of failure is too high. And if other people try to imitate my system, it doesn't mean they actually understand it. Nobody actually knows what I teach because they don't have my mental filter, the most valuable thing. The advice you get from popular gurus, for example, often lacks a proven track record, especially during challenging economic times. Instead of focusing on learning what not to do and avoid common pitfalls, investing in the right training will save you from frustration of repeated rejections and help you achieve your goals more efficiently. This comprehensive approach not only enhances your skills for social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, but also provides a solid foundation for long-term success in Daygame. The hybrid opener is a powerful tool that when mastered, can get you laid in 1 to 6 approaches. It combines elements of indirect and direct game, allowing you to engage naturally while minimizing the rejections. Of course, there's no direct compliments, but it's a more adaptive opener. By focusing on tonality, speed, and context, you create a seamless introduction that piques the interest and sets the stage for deeper connections with women. Additionally, investing in professional training ensures you receive personalized feedback and guidance, accelerating your progress and maximizing your potential. This investment in your development not only enhances your Daygame skills, but also instills a sense of confidence and competence, because competence equals confidence, empowering you to approach each interaction with assurance and poise. The time to act is now. Every day you delay, every day you miss out on real opportunities to get laid with white girls for Daygame. Every single month that you delay and you say, oh, I'm going to wait until it's sunnier or I'll wait till next year, is another fucking month you're going to quit. The reality is clear. Waiting for the perfect moment won't change your life because it will never come. The world does not pause for you to be ready. Success in Daygame with white girls does not wait for convenience. It's time to break free from excuses and take decisive action. Join my Elite Bundle 2 program and start seeing real results in your Daygame. This isn't just another course. It's a proven path to getting laid with white girls. With my guidance, you'll master the techniques and strategies, drills and exercises needed to break through the barriers and to get laid with white girls. Don't let life pass you by. Take control of your journey or be left behind and quit. Because for those people that cannot procreate, you're pretty much sterile. Contact me today for a consultation. A 15-minute consultation is not long, or just text me. Just go on the contact me page. Start your journey to becoming a successful Daygamer. This is your wake-up call. Claim your success in Daygame and experience the results you've been seeking. The opportunity is here. It is not going to wait for you. Act now or regret it forever. And hey, if this message resonates with you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more insights and strategies to elevate your game. Your journey to success starts right here, right now. How to improve your Daygame close rate. That's right. Improving your Daygame close rate just isn't about picking up a few new tricks. It's about transforming your entire approach to dating. Imagine walking into any social situation with the confidence and clarity of someone who knows exactly what to do and when to do it. This isn't about memorizing lines, routines, or mimicking outdated tactics. It's about developing an intuition and understanding of social dynamics that allows you to connect genuinely and effortlessly. In this golden nugget video, with the right mindset and strategic approach and also drills and exercises from yours truly, you can break free from the cycle of trial and error. And trust me, I know that trial and error because doing this for 23 years, I made a lot of mistakes and achieving consistent success. I'm Johnny Elite and I'm the world's best day game coach. And I'm here to guide you through a transformative journey that aligns with the first principles thinking inspired by Elon Musk. Together, we'll unlock the secret to enhancing your day game skills and achieving the results you've always desired. Here's the problem. The world of day game is fraught with outdated methods, platform scamming, and misconceptions with 0 or 1 late testimonial, leading to many to struggle despite their best efforts. Traditional tactics like those from Mystery Method, derivative like ABCs of Low Self-Esteem Asian, and RSD, often relies on superficial tricks that fails to address the core of what makes interaction successful. These methods can leave you feeling frustrated and stuck and unable to break through the genuine connection barrier. And economic pressure and societal shifts continues to evolve the need for more strategic and effective approaches, which is becoming increasingly critical. Without a clear framework, skill sets, foundations, and understanding of my fundamentals, many find themselves trapped in a cycle of disappointment and self-doubt, unable to achieve the success they seek. Imagine standing on the edge of the sidewalk, okay? And your heart's racing as you spot someone you wanted to approach. You're like, oh, I want to approach her. Your mind is in a whirlwind of doubts and fears paralyzing your interactions. Your mind in whirlwind of doubts and fears is paralyzing you into inaction. You muster up the courage to take a step forward, only to be met with a dismissive glance by her. She's like Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl game, or a polite and uninterested smile. Each rejection feels like a punch to your self-esteem, leaving you questioning your worth and ability to connect. The fear of rejection looms large in the shadow that follows you into every interaction, whispering that you're not good enough. This torturous cycle, one that leaves you feeling isolated and defeated, convinced that true connection is beyond your reach. The path of seeing others thrive and you struggle is a constant reminder of your shortcomings, a relentless echo that chips away at your self-esteem and self-worth. Don't worry, I'll get into the solution soon. As you watch the world change around you with economic pressures and societal shifts, the fear of being left behind grows, leaving you trapped in a cycle of frustration and despair. Doesn't have to be that way. The cycle can be broken. I'm here to show you how. So number 1, you got to embrace first principles thinking. Like, what? Isn't this like engineering? Transform your approach by reasoning from first principles, not analogy. You're like, what does that mean? Let me tell you. To excel in day game, you need to reason from first principles. That means understanding the fundamental truths rather than relying on outdated analogies. So when we look at the fundamental truths, for example, Elon Musk wanted to put a battery in his car, but it's super expensive for him to buy batteries that are big enough to put in his car. So he broke it down to the fundamental truths. What's inside the battery, right? You have alkaline, you have cobalt, you have nickel, you have all these other minerals. Because there's so many minerals, Elon Musk thought if he bought all of the stuff separately, then why can't he make his own battery for a fraction of the price? That is called first principles thinking. You break it down to the fundamental truths, and then you reason up from there. You don't reason by analogy saying batteries are expensive, so forget about it, or maybe we just pay more money. No, you reason from first principles, the Elon Musk principle. You don't reason by analogy. Oh, because mystery said this, mystery said that, mystery said this. Mystery is a 3-second rule. Mystery is reasoning by analogy. It is just as dumb as saying, hey, we don't need new cars because it's the past. Horses are better. That's like reasoning by analogy. Your reasoning by analogy is like reasoning by mystery. That's like why ABCs of low self-esteem Asians are all stuck. They're reasoning by analogy because it's mystery. Or they say RSD said this. Mass approaching, direct game. Massive action. You cannot reason by analogy. That's why these platform scamming networks, these popular coaches who are Machiavellian, they are the ones that you're reasoning by analogy. You're listening to the wrong people. You're getting stuck. If mystery is like Asperger's syndrome and RSD is like autism, you're listening to a social impairment. I'm teaching you stuff that the naturals uses for first principles. The naturals, historically, social skills for confident body language, for social calibrations, has always been a key, important aspect of first principles. Game was a concept. It emerged from the first year I started Daygaming. The zombies emerged, the zombie apocalypse. So if everybody else back then had social skills, a little bit of emotional control, and confident body language, then what the fuck is game? Game is for zombies, to get women that are 4 out of 10 in looks. So reasoning by analogy is like saying, we don't need cars or horses. Horses are great. It's outdated thinking. Our mystery method and RSD lineage is filled with tactics that don't align with true natural behavior. Instead, focus on what real naturals do, not some fake naturals that dominate the industry. By stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on core principles, you can develop more of an authentic and effective approach. The mindset shift allows you to identify and eliminate inefficiencies, paving the way for genuine connections and success. Understanding the essence of social interactions rather than mimicking outdated tactics empowers you to navigate Daygame with clarity and purpose. By focusing on the core elements of attraction and connection, you can create a foundation for your success that withstands the test of time in changing social dynamics. First principles thinking encourages you to question the status quo and refine your approach based on what truly works. I think only in first principles. Me and Elon are the only two people that thinks in first principles. My entire coaching is first principles. Isn't that weird? It's all first principles: social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, game, looks, money, status. First principles. Everybody else is just it's all game, more game. That's reasoning by analogy. Game is what makes the most money. Game is what gets you into boot camps or bench hold camps. As I was saying, by understanding the underlying mechanics of attraction, you can tailor your strategy to fit your unique strengths and circumstances. This approach fosters creativity and innovation, allowing you to break free from the constraints of conventional wisdom or conventional stupidity or foolishness and forge your path to success. So let's talk about number 2, another Elon Musk principle. You guys are ready? You got this one. I saved the best for last. Number 2, implement Elon Musk's 5 principles. You're like, whoa, what do you mean 5 principles? Optimize your strategy with Elon Musk's 5 principles for efficiency and success. Number 1, be less dumb. Question everything. Understand the origins of your tactics to avoid reasoning by analogy. Challenge the assumption, seeking clarity, and sharpening your approach and eliminate efficiencies. So how do you challenge it? First of all, mystery says that you got to approach women in 3 seconds. But the principle is be less dumb, right? Or you got to use DHV stories because you got to demonstrate higher value. So you're breaking the first principle, which is being less dumb, because you're reasoning by analogy, by mystery. Does that make sense? And my students don't even go direct. They don't do the 3-second rule. They don't use DHV stories. Number 2, remove unnecessary steps. Eliminate everything that doesn't contribute to your goal. That includes direct game, artistic and creative vibe, and unnecessary romantic flirts. DHV stories, push-pull tactics, all the other shit, self-amusement. Stripping away the excess allows you to focus on what truly matters, creating a streamlined and effective strategy. And here's a secret. I eliminate so much from my game. I used to have adaptive opener. So it used to be like 2 things, are you X plus Y, are you Z? That's it. But I eliminated that and I made the hybrid opener. Also, my game used to touch a little bit. Chino, as they call it. I stripped that away because the pandemic happened, because people were not vaccinated. So you couldn't touch. And when I stripped it away, it still worked even better. So I didn't have to bring it back. It's about eliminating unnecessary steps. You're like, really? So you're saying, John, that these global game platform scammers, they're adding everything but you have to delete everything by removing unnecessary steps. What do you think Elon Musk is doing right now with Doge? The Department of Government Efficiency. They're stripping away every fucking unnecessary thing because they're going through Elon Musk's 5 principles. Be less dumb. Why would they want DEI programs sending condoms to Hamas or something? They might go somewhere else, to African country, but or else like, why would you want woke DEI fucking programs, whatever transvestite programs for other people in the Middle East? It's like, that's dumb. Be less dumb. Number 2, eliminate unnecessary steps. Elon Musk is doing that. And what's step number 3? So if you can delete everything and you can only keep the most essential, or you cut so much. In my system, I cut so much that I have to bring some stuff back. Then that stuff that you overcut has to be brought back for the engineering principle. I'm not an engineer, by the way. So number 3, avoid over-optimization. Don't waste time optimizing tactics that don't fit your frame. Romantic flirts and DHV stories often backfire, especially when they don't align with your persona. Not everyone's a boyfriend and girlfriend frame. So don't optimize what does not need to be optimized. I'll say this again. Don't optimize what does not need to be optimized. I remember another person in the YouTube live section was like, hey, John, what do you think about NLP? Be less dumb. Remove it. It doesn't work. It has ruined my whole university. I was still a virgin after university because of NLP shit. When I removed it, don't optimize what does not need to be optimized. You don't optimize NLP shit. You don't optimize romantic flirts. Oh, but it's romantic sexual. Then you have a racial. No, 0% of romantic because you don't fit in the boyfriend-girlfriend frame. Don't you understand? 0 DHV stories. Because if you're a short Asian like me, you try DHV, she does not fucking believe you. I see a pattern. Elon Musk is smart. I think the same way. This is why I'm the best Daygame coach in the world, and he's the richest man in the world. I'm not rich, but we think the same in a different category of life. So don't waste the optimizing tactic that does not fit your frame. Romantic flirts and DHV stories will backfire, especially if you don't align with your low SMV. Focus on authenticity and genuine social skills rather than superficial tricks. That's great now, John. You show us 3. What's number 4? Especially we have engineers here, and they like this stuff. They like this way of scientific thinking, engineering thinking. But this is not engineering to me. This is a science, a repeatable science. So what's number 4? Reduce the time it takes to get a car out of the factory. One time, Elon Musk, with his shareholders, he says he need to get this many cars out there, or else he's not going to get the stock options package. So Elon Musk had a bet, and he won. But how did he win? He reduced the time it takes to get the car out of the factory. So he started stripping unnecessary things. Every single time something goes wrong, the ground will light up like red around that area, that station. He'll walk up to it and he'll say to the workers there, what's wrong? They'll tell him what the problem is and he'll give them the solution. And then something else goes yellow. And then he walks towards that part of the Tesla factory. And then he says, what's wrong with this one? And eventually, this is what Elon Musk did to reduce the time it takes the car to get out of the factory. All those automated tools to build the cars, he actually stripped them out. They spray painted them with an X, and then they ripped them out of the ground. Don't those things cost millions of dollars? Yes, but it's taking money away from him because they're too slow. Because he found that the humans could do a lot faster than the machines. So he actually reduced the production time. This is why you should go for same-day delays. You don't have to wait weeks or days to go on multiple dates like Mystery Method. You can do a same-day delay using the arrow science. You're reducing the production time it takes to get the car out of the factory by practicing drills and exercises. You're sharpening the axe so you can cut down the trees easier, metaphorically speaking, and get laid faster. You're reducing the production time. Okay, that's number 4. Reduce the production time to get the car out of the factory. Go for same-day delays, master maneuver, sexualized objection looping. This reduces the time it takes to achieve success, allowing you to connect more efficiently and effectively. Number 5 is that once you have all of the 4 pieces, you automate it through drills and exercises, right? Because it takes 21 days to develop a habit, 21 days. So if you keep practicing drills and exercises without taking more than 2-day break with the Elite Bundle 2, and you have Elite Access in Skype, and you practice all the time, and I correct it, You're automating it because it becomes a habit. Your neural pathways will grow. And once you streamline your approach through consistent drills and exercises, supervised training, you're refining your skills effectively. Your skill points goes up, making success second nature. You go from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscious competence to unconscious competence, automation. Why do you think programs like Kaizen and all these other things are compressing all the skills in a short amount of time? Because it's the most efficient way to do something. So by applying these principles, you create a streamlined, efficient system that maximizes your chances of getting a same-day late. This approach not only enhances your day game skills, but instills a sense of confidence and competence. Competence equals confidence, empowering you to approach each interaction with assurance and poise by eliminating unnecessary steps and focusing on what truly matters. And using people or automating it in the right ways and not using mystery method or ABCs of low self-esteem shit. This is what allows you to get laid more for Daygame. This is why they can only get one student laid in the fucking third world country, in the Latin shithole country, in fucking Peru or Mexico. Who gives a shit for Daygame? Who gives a shit? Do that in the West, they can't. They can only get like some nerdy Asian guy polling and not getting laid by getting dry dick. And even tall self-proclaimed high lay count coaches, when they think they're so smart and they're such engineers and shit, oh, the former engineers, what the fuck do they know? They only got one token Asian laid, and the other token Asian did not get laid, and he's fucked. The dumb fucking Asian, the second Asian is dumb fucking stupid listening to mystery method shit. Be less dumb, be less mystery method. Eliminate unnecessary mystery method steps. Don't optimize mystery method what does not need to be optimized. Reduce the production time it takes to get a same-day lay without depending on fucking number closes with those low SMV Asians. And also, lastly, automate. They can't automate shit because they don't practice any body language or any skills. They just say, oh, try to be authentic and don't try too hard and be congruent. Shut the fuck up. What do you know? My students are getting married now and, pumping out babies, So what do they know? Reduce the time it takes to get the car out of the factory. And these principles encourage you to focus on efficiency, like DOGE, right? Department of Government Efficiency and effectiveness, ensuring that every action contributes to your desired outcome. Got to be effective, efficient, effortless, and elite. By refining your approach and eliminating distractions, you create a clear path to success that is both sustainable and rewarding. And number 3, the solution is master the elite system. Achieve mastery with the My Daygame system that simplifies and automates success. My system is all about being less dumb by rejecting outdated mystery methods like mystery method RSD, mystery method tumor, Asperger's, and RSD cancer, autism. I remove all unnecessary steps, focusing on maneuver, sexualize, and objections looping. The goal is to get her on an instant date and back home and only flirting more when she talks more. The simplicity is key. It's about what you take away, not what you add. Does that make sense? It's not what you add. You guys are adding too much shit to the system. My system reduces the time it takes to get laid from just 1 to 6 approaches that day when you have automated things through drills and exercises until it's second nature and following the first principles of a natural. This approach is like achieving superhuman efficiency, like Doge efficiency in Daygame, while others remain stuck in outdated tactics. By drilling these principles, you develop an instinctive understanding of social dynamics. Not like real social dynamics, right? Because they're going against the entire be less dumb, because they're more dumb. They're adding more unnecessary steps. They're optimizing direct game and mass approaching, which should not be optimized. They're increasing the time it takes to get their dick wet, which does not happen very often with RSD, unless you're tall and white or strong taking steroids. And they can't automate anything because they're only automating bad habits. As I was saying, you develop an instinctive understanding of social dynamics, enabling you to adapt effortlessly to any situation in Daygame. This automation not only enhances your proficiency, but also frees your mind to focus on creating genuine connections. With a clear, streamlined strategy, you're equipped to navigate the complexities of Daygame with confidence and ease, achieving success consistently. The elite Daygame system empowers you to transcend the limitations of traditional methods by reasoning by analogy, so you can unlock your full potential being first principles and transforming your Daygame experience, getting you laid, getting you married faster. By focusing on the core principles and eliminating unnecessary global game platform scamming networks, advice, which is like DEI, diversity, exclusivity, and inclusion, which they never had the merit to teach because they don't get students laid. By eliminating unnecessary distractions like weeds to your garden, you create a powerful framework that grows like a big plant for success that is both effective and sustainable. This system allows you to achieve your goals with precision and confidence, ensuring that every interaction is a step towards success. But seriously, guys, you should join my elite bundle too. I'm not joking. It's not expensive. $900 is cheap. You're not paying like a fucking $10,000 boot camp. And besides, you get to train longer now. This way, I'm taking a loss so that way I can get more students late. The more they invest, the more they emotionally invest. But let's talk about elite bundle too. Okay, ready? Listen up. The time to act is now. Every day you delay is another day of missed opportunities and frustration. The reality is clear. If you're not taking action, you're missing out on real connection and experiences with white girls. Waiting for the perfect moment will never come. And this will not change your life. It's an opportunity cost. The world doesn't wait for you to be ready. Success in Daygame does not pause for convenience. It's time to break free from the excuses and step up to the challenge. Join my Elite Bundle 2 program and start seeing real results for a Daygame by getting laid, getting same-day lays, getting girlfriends, and getting married. This isn't just another course. It's the solution and that you've been waiting for to get laid with white girls. And with my guidance, you'll develop the skills needed to succeed in Daygame, breaking through the barriers and achieving tangible results. So don't let life pass you by. Take control of your destiny or be left behind. Don't wait another month. You cannot wait another month. Contact me today for a consultation and start your journey to become an elite Daygamer. Effective, efficient, effortless, and elite. This is your wake-up call. Rise up and above the rest and claim your success in Daygame. Become one of my video testimonials. You have to earn it. The opportunity is here. It's not going to wait for you. Act now or regret it forever. Because once you quit and turn MGTOW, you're fucked. You won't come back for another 10 years. And hey, if this message resonates with you, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more insights and strategies to elevate your game. Your journey of success starts right here, right now.